Imagine having so much cash that rats eat $2 billion of it every single year. This was the insane reality for Pablo Escobar at the height of his Medellin Cartel empire. Every year, 10% of his paper currency was written off as food for warehouse rodents. His brother Roberto Escobar famously tracked these losses in ledgers that defied all logic. The cartel generated $60 million a day, making traditional banking impossible to use. They spent $2,500 every month just on rubber bands to hold the bills. With no banks to trust, Pablo ordered his men to bury the cash in farming fields. Plastic barrels filled with millions were hidden under the soil of the Colombian countryside. But the money kept rotting underground, destroyed by water and the relentless humidity. Pablo faced a problem nobody else had. He was drowning in physical paper money. To solve his legal issues, he negotiated a surrender that was effectively a joke. He built his own prison named La Catedral on a foggy mountain overlooking Medellin. Guards were strictly forbidden from entering the compound within a 3-mile radius. Inside the walls, Pablo installed a professional soccer field for his private games. He invited the entire Colombian national team to play matches on his prison pitch. The facility included a jacuzzi, a bar, and a waterfall to entertain his guests. La Catedral was not a cage, it was a fortress to protect him from his enemies. Trucks drove in daily with fresh supplies, luxury goods, and even lobster for dinner. While the world thought he was locked up, Pablo was running his empire by phone. He used a telescope to look down at his family's apartment in the city below, but the government eventually grew tired of the humiliation and ordered a real transfer. Pablo refused to be moved and simply walked out the back door into the jungle. Now a fugitive again, the luxury of the prison was replaced by cold mountain hideouts. In one desperate night, his daughter Manuela began suffering from severe hypothermia. Pablo did not hesitate to pull out sacks of cash worth $2 million. He lit the bonfire of money to keep his young daughter warm through the night. The flames consumed more wealth in an hour than most people earn in a lifetime. As the manhunt intensified, the DEA agents Steve Murphy and Javier Peña closed in. They dismantled his network piece by piece, isolating the king from his resources. The man who once owned the world was now hiding in a humble middle-class row house. On December 2, 1993, the technology finally pinpointed his radio signal. Pablo realized he was cornered and fled across the terracotta rooftops of the barrio. A shootout erupted, shattering the silence of the afternoon in the Medellin neighborhood. The billionaire died barefoot on a rooftop, far from his billions buried in the ground. Most of his hidden barrels remain undiscovered, rotting away beneath the Colombian soil. Farmers still occasionally find plastic drums filled with decaying cash to this day. The rats and the earth have claimed the fortune that blood and violence built. Pablo Escobar proved that you can have all the money in the world and still lose. His legacy is not the wealth he kept, but the destruction he left behind. Subscribe now if you want to uncover more insane true stories from the criminal underworld.